Yeah, we talk about Owen Quinn quite often. He pitched yesterday in long relief. Maybe didn't have his best stuff, but John Chambers so far, he has been pitching a beauty, and he goes up against Will Henson in the righty-on-righty matchup to open the 6th inning. First pitch, heater high and in. Sam, what a beautiful day. I know we're getting a little bit more cloud cover, but just what a beautiful day.
Yeah, the sun's still out. People enjoying some Sunday afternoon baseball. What more could you ask for? And if you're a Cardinal fan, you're loving it right now.
The thing I really appreciate, Sam, it's no longer winter coat weather, at least for now. We never know how much it can change. It's quarter zip weather. Chambers comes home with the 2-0. Another heater, another strike.
Henson 0 for 1 today. Does have an RBI to his name in the 3rd inning after he flew out to the center fielder.
2-1. Foul back left side. Will Henson, the transfer from VCU. Before that was at Ohio State, and that's no surprise. A lot of former Buckeyes on this Bobcat squad, due in large part to Andrew C. being the former recruiting coordinator.
Andrew C. has made some impressive stops. Ohio State, Liberty before this year.
Foul ball left side into the Cardinal dugout. Looks like someone made a grab.
That's that team camaraderie that is so important when you look at college athletics.
Yeah, team bonding. I mean, again, not just for college athletics, but athletics across the board. It's hard to have a great team without it. 2-2. Low and away, unable to get the chase on Henson. Full count at the plate. Will Henson, a guy, feels like he's been everywhere. He started his career at Lindenwood, went to Rend Lake College the year after that, a Chicago native. As Chambers, his payoff. Got him looking. Beautiful breaking stuff from John Chambers to get the first out in the top of the 6th.
Beautiful pitch there from the Ball State mound man. Man, caught him just standing and freezing still. Crazy movement on that breaking ball.
Yeah, slider, 75 miles per hour. You can't win. It broke down the middle of the plate, but you can't win. First pitch to Taylor Harris is a strike on the inside part of the plate.
Great frame there by Max Kalk. Was a little low, got it up, and was awarded the call.
Kalk, a guy who really has taken over as the main catcher for this Cardinal team. Swing and a miss on the 0-1 offer. Last year it was really Garrett Arnold that was the primary catcher, I should say, for the Cardinals.
And Max Kalk was on this roster too. So he's waited his turn and now he's the man.
Chopper left side, Muslar collects to first, got him for the 2nd out.
One of the first ground balls even hit to the 3rd base side today. Muslar not cold at all, though, after having 6 RBIs at the dish, so he shakes that off and makes a nice play.
Yeah, I did notice that. It feels like Ryan Muslar can just set up a lawn chair over at 3rd base and read the paper.
They call it the hot corner, more like the cold corner today.
That's what it's been today. Low and in to the lefty Bryant. Meanwhile, on the flip side, it feels like the Cardinals have been hitting a lot of balls on the left side. The 1-0 is a strike on the breaking ball.
I want to touch again on how these relievers for Ball State have been. Again, their starters probably haven't lived up to the expectations that Ball State sets every year, but their relievers have come in spots that are jams and have pitched flawlessly, and today is another great example.
And that foul ball on the right side for Bryant puts them in a 1-2 count. Friendly to the pitcher, John Chambers, who's put up back-to-back zeros. He looks for a 3rd. The 1-2 comes home. Popped up foul behind. on a beautiful Sunday afternoon here at Shebeck Stadium. Chambers, he looks to get out of the sixth. 1-2. Line drive to Muslar right into the glove. And that'll do it for the top frame of the sixth inning. The Cardinals rolling with a 10-run lead. It's been all Ball State when we return. So Juwan Maxey takes it up for the Cardinals, left to right, 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. The Detroit native across the timeline over to Preston Copeland. Handoff Barnes, top of the key. A drive inside at the Mac logo. He's in trouble, has to kick out to Jones. It's Juwan Maxey who handles on the left side of the perimeter, guarded by Brown. Lasers over to his right to James. A screen left from Copeland. Into the paint, James goes. Bouncer to Copeland, and a shot clock violation. Copeland slammed it home, but that was seconds after the shot clock had expired. It's 28-16 UMass. One of those things where it was a great look for the Cardinals, but I bet they wish there were actually 32 seconds on that shot clock rather than 30. I bet most teams probably wish that were the case. Carbuccia takes it up right to left. Whips over to Jingay, left side. Copeland intercepts the pass. So Ball State the other way they work. Far corner, Jones tries a three. Goes well long. Jingay fights for the board for UMass. He's able to get past Copeland. UMass the other way. Far corner, Brown tries a three off the front of the rim. And a foul on the floor after the fact goes against Jaden Jingay. The Cardinals make a change. Cam Denson checks in for the first time today, in for Mason Jones. Luka Damianitz back in for UMass. He comes in for Jaden Jingay. At the last second, UMass brings out Marcus Banks Jr. He comes in for Isaiah Placid. With 4.5 minutes to go, UMass a 28-16 lead over the Cardinals. A game that for the most part has been all Minutemen, especially in the last 5 minutes. They're on a 12-2 run. Devin Barnes on the right wing. A bouncer for Maxey is intercepted by Brown. UMass the other way with Carbuccia. Full steam ahead with his right hand. A floater goes off glass and good. Danny Carbuccia can do no wrong so far tonight. He has 7 points now, 30-16 Minutemen. He intercepts a pass on the near side, goes out of bounds into the possession of Ball State. Cardinals make a change, a pair of them as a matter of fact, with Davion Hill, Armani Ziegler. They come in for Devin Barnes and Juwan Maxey. In a must-win game for the Cardinals, who sit at last place in the Mid-American Conference. Davion Hill's double team. Goes to Copeland on the high block. Near corner, Ziegler the three. Off the front rim, it misses. Long rebound, Hill gets it. Left side, Denson for the Cardinals. Bouncer to James. It's picked off, but it goes off of Elmore James and out of bounds on the far side into UMass's possession. And another timeout called with about 3 minutes and 49 seconds to go in the first half. 30-16 Minutemen. We'll be right back after the quick commercial break. You're listening to Ball State Men's Basketball on SL Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. 3:49 to go, first half. UMass a 30-16 lead over Ball State as we come out of the media timeout. The Cardinals just not having their way when it comes to scoring right now. They're on the wrong side of a 14-2 run for the Minutemen, and also a scoring drought in the last 2 minutes. Only 2 points scored in the last 5 minutes total for the Cardinals. But really, defensively, it's been all UMass. The leading scorer so far for this Minutemen team, surprisingly, KJ Parker off of the bench. But it's no surprise in the way of, in the last 4 games, 3 of the last 4 games, he's been in double-figure points. So Parker, a guy who off the bench can really contribute for this UMass team. No surprise, Danny Carbuccia, one of those leading scorers as well with 7 points, the freshman guard. He takes it up right to left. Lasers over to Donovan Brown, right side. At the top of the key, Carbuccia. Looks for the outlet, gives to Banks, left side. Back to Carbuccia straight away. Feet inside, Bettiel. Backs down Copeland. In a triple team, has it poked away by Copeland. And Ziegler comes away with it for the Cardinals. 3.5 minutes to go first half, 30-16 Minutemen. Ziegler whips it left to James. Airs over to Hill at the straightaway point. Fouled in the process as he's driving to the rim. Foul goes against Donovan Brown. That leads to a change made for UMass. In comes Wimbley, out goes Damjanec. Ziegler to inbound on the far side for the Cardinals. So far today for Ziegler, no points. Pretty rare to see him empty in the scoring column, especially in this juncture of the game with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Fires right. James, the three-pointer, off the front of the rim. Brown, the rebound for UMass.
It makes you wonder, Sam, what was Mike Haston telling the guys in that timeout?
Stay in it.
Lucas Machado over the middle. Savitsky Lynn too short. Maryville once more.
You know, one of the things we failed to mention pregame was they need to do well in set number one. They've yet to win set number one in all their matches played. Right now they're only down 2. Success in set number one is key to Maryville.
Yeah, no coincidence. 0-3. 0-3 in the first start. Savitsky Lynn tries again. That time it goes.
Another one of our keys, getting role players involved. And it's kind of rare to call a guy like Savitsky Lynn a role player. But when you have power behind the 2 stars of Lewis and Rogers, he kind of falls down the bench a little bit.
Yeah, role player is a term that it shouldn't even be used to downgrade the player. Savitsky Lynn has played his role and played it well for the Cardinals. Maryville struggles with it. In the air for Makai Scott on that far side, out of play.
Yeah, Scott's a guy who, again, we said leads the team in kills and kills per set, but his attacking percentage is really low. And that's mainly because of the airs, and we saw another one right there. If he can clean some of that up, he'll be a fantastic addition later on in the year.
You can tell he's very aggressive, too. The athleticism really stands out. Speaking of, Rookhausen sends it over. Ryan Lewis, a free ball. Clark, the bump. Scott, the attempt. Pancaked? No, it gets down. Shearer was so close to getting there.
Yeah, you could really hear the squeak on the floor, which usually it's a Terraflex court. Tonight we just have the normal basketball wood floor. It looked like both of them got there, but the official said no.
Yeah, it's a rare sight here at Worthen Arena to not have that new Terraflex floor. It was just introduced last year for the men's and women's team. Ryan Lewis from the back row, touched up front. That's a Ball State point, and who other than Ryan Lewis?
He loves that right to left from far side to near side attack, and he did it right there. Not having a Terraflex court isn't slowing Lewis down, the sophomore. He's nicknamed Baby Giraffe, and you can tell he's quite tall.
Yeah, that's the one thing about this Ball State men's volleyball team. The nickname, superb. Robotu, he's able to get it down.
What an accomplishment to knock down those 3 blockers up front. Ball State, one of the better blocking teams, I would say, that we see in college volleyball. They're able to knock that one right through.
Now you got the leader in attacking percentage for this Maryville team, and A.J. Robotu at 37%. Savitsky Lynn tries again. Rookhausen's able to handle it. Free ball, White Mountain, Shearer the dive. Over the middle, Savitsky Lynn, not this time. Miscommunication, Machado the tap. Usher, Rookhausen, back row, touching at the net. Point goes to the Cardinals.
Another attacking error there, but the Cardinals are able to knock that one through.
Yeah, that's just something that you've seen way too often from this Maryville team, only attacking at a 12% clip.
Yeah, it's not high, and they need to clean it up, especially before they go into GLVC play.
A brand new conference for men's volleyball this year. They were previously in the IVA. Makai Scott from the back row gets it to go.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, Roen, the GLVC headquartered in Indianapolis, about an hour drive right down I-69 from Ball State. It's cool to see, you know, another conference sponsoring volleyball.
It's funny how that works. It's not the first time Ball State's playing a GLVC team this year. They took on Missouri S&T at home a few weeks back. Took that one in 4. A topper off of the net. Machado, Rogers, Clark the dig. And it gets down. A miscommunication for Maryville. Looked like Clark made a great play.
Yeah, miscommunication between the usual libero, Aiden White Mountain, but he's playing outside hitter today. Miscommunication between him and Binbo, and another point falls. Ball State up by 4.
Yeah, Coach Mike Haston was telling us that White Mountain's kind of the libero in waiting under the incredible Zach Clark, the all-time leader in digs for Maryville. White Mountain tries it off the chest of Machado. On the attack, Lucas Machado can do it all. How about that? Not often do you see a setter attack in that manner.